The wildfire smoke made a return today in a big way in many southern Idaho areas. So today kicks off a stretch of first alert weather days because the smoke and the resulting poorer air quality will probably impact some of your plans, things you might want to do outside over the next few days. At last check, some spots in the Treasure Valley were closer to this 174 mark on the AQI, which does put it into the unhealthy category. So during this time frame, you'll want to limit your time outside and avoid more strenuous activity. So opting for a walk instead of a run, things like that. This is what it looks like in Boise right now. You can see we can just barely make out the top of the Boise Mountains in the distance there. And we did see the air quality change very quickly. So if maybe you were inside at 9 a.m., looked out the window, everything looked okay, and then looked back at 11, it was a really quick difference as we saw a sharp increase in some of the wildfire smoke. This is what Stanley looks like this afternoon as well. You can see even denser smoke was what happened there as well, as some of the winds shift, pushing the smoke a little bit more to the south. And so the resulting air quality in several spots has been pretty much the same this afternoon. We're in the unhealthy category for Treasure Valley spots. The only update I have this hour is that Garden Valley improved from the hazardous category to the very unhealthy category. So it is an improvement, so at least there's that. And we have an air quality alert in place, all the areas in gray, and that's because we could see the air quality get unhealthy at times for at least the next few days. So here's why we saw such a sharp change today. We have this high pressure center that is now moving the winds down from the north. And so as we saw that change, it allowed some of the smoke to drift to the west a little bit more so. But here's where we could see a little bit of improvement, not on Friday, because that's when the high pressure is expected to be directly over us, things staying very stagnant. But here's where we could see some improvement. As that shifts off to the east, we'll see more of that airflow switching to be more from the southeast or southwest, depending on where you are in the state. And so we could get some improvement then. But until that time, we will see the denser concentrations continue. By the way, Ontario, you have been in the good air quality category, but that will likely change in some of the overnight hours. You can see very dense in the mountains tomorrow morning, also dense through valley locations. But as we get closer to Friday, it looks like we get a little bit of clearing for the Magic Valley, but all these areas in the west, things will not be staying very good. And so that will continue to be the case all the way through at least Saturday. And it's a shame because otherwise the temperatures today would be very pleasant. Temperatures tomorrow, warmer than today, but again, they would be still pretty pleasant if we didn't have all the smoke lingering around. So things will continue to be in the 80s for the mountains and the low 90s for valley locations. And you can see highs expected to be 90 degrees for Boise. Here's your 7-day forecast with the first alert days mentioned with the denser smoke. We'll be right back with more of the news at 6 after this.